I want to welcome you specially to this podcast. It is titled The Mechanic's Truth. And here at The Mechanic's Truth, we are driven by facts. This is a show that's been sponsored for every car enthusiast, for every car owner. And even if you don't have a car right now, but you're looking towards getting one, this show is
It's
for
for you.
you. At the show, we make reviews. We tell you what the average mechanic wouldn't tell you. And we also give you reviews of cars, different brands, and we let you know what is in this car for you. This is a very great show. I guarantee you that you're going to get value for your time. And even if you are a person who is looking to start a career as a mechanic, I'm telling you, this show is for you.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to be talking about a very, very sensitive, amusing topic. And this is because I got a call from somebody of interest who, upon having an argument with somebody else as they were about to engage on a trip. And then I think the argument was based on should we travel with the AC on or we shouldn't travel with the AC on. And this matter has been on for like the longest because even
Yeah.
there are lots of people in the country who think like, riding with your AC is a sign of poverty. You
Yeah.
have your mentality is,
Yeah.
So I would want us to talk about this, the pros, the cons. Does it save you money?
Yeah.
At what time do you get to ride with your AC?
Yeah.
What time do you not? Okay, does it save me? We're just going to be talking about it right now, and I'm just going to start with you. So
Yeah. So just like you, or how I've also gotten that question from my relatives also about, driving with AC and without AC and whatnot. Does that mean you're trying to save costs in terms of petrol consumption, or does it not save petrol consumption? Do you understand? So if you are discussing about something like that, then you really need to look at it from a broader angle, especially if you want to explain it as a professional mechanic. Yeah. Um, Conditions that you really need to look out first of all is which car are we talking about? What kind of AC system does the vehicle have? That's one. Number two is the condition of the vehicle, right? And then I think thirdly is uh, how long you'll be going for that trip or whatever.
how long the
The
distance
distance is, yeah,
yes,
correct.
very key.
Because I've traveled and I had to turn off the AC for some reason, not because of the fuel consumption, but because of power, right? Because I know where I'm going to is too far. I don't want to probably weaken the engine. I just want the guy to get me to where I'm going safely. So most people do it out of concern about power being imputed on the engine, not really for fuel. Then most people is basically to save fuel. Now, for the guys that are doing it to save fuel, we have a separate answer for them.
All
For those
right.
people that are doing it just for maybe they feel like not putting load on the engine
Yeah,
gives you more distance or covers more distance.
exactly.
We also have another explanation for those kind of scenarios.
Yeah, because I also have my experience, so I've driven a car once that I traveled. It was, I think, from Lagos to Benin. I didn't turn on the AC, and that was because of the state of the vehicle,
Yeah.
right? And I noticed the fuel that I used on that particular trip. It was almost like half tank or even less.
Oh yeah.
And then I traveled another time with the AC turned on, and I think I used over a quarter half.
Yeah.
So I think for most people, the argument that the person of interest, as I mentioned earlier,
Yeah,
spoke
yeah.
about was, are we going to save fuel? Are we going to save cost on this journey? Because like I did tell you, most people would argue to say that turning on your AC, even while you're driving, consumes fuel.
Yeah.
And that's because from a mechanic's perspective, I
Yeah.
would say there's more work on the
On the
engine.
engine,
So it
correct.
takes up fuel, right?
Yeah.
So now if you're doing that distance,
Yeah.
it takes up a certain amount of fuel
Yeah.
as against when you don't. So the question that this person asked is, does it save fuel when you turn off the AC? I will particularly say yes, when you're driving on a particular kilometer per hour.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Yeah.
When you talk about the aerodynamics, you would see that at a certain speed, you can barely even hear yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just quickly give us an engineering explanation of this, how this system basically operates, so you can even be able to define by yourself whether you're saving fuel or not. So basically, the car has a system called aerodynamics. So there's a system called aerodynamics, right, that also affect drag, right? So drag is a waste of power. So imagine I'm trying to run and then somebody is holding me. You see, I had to put more energy to run because of the person that is holding me. It's the same thing with the car. The car is trying to move forward. Then you also have wind resistance that is trying to stop the vehicle from actually moving forward. So the vehicle has to pierce the wind. That's when we talk about aerodynamics. And the geometry, the body of the vehicle is designed in such a way it can smoothly pierce the wind with less resistance. Now, having your windows wind down increases that resistance because you now have the wind coming inside. It's like having a parachute. The parachute is to help slow down your speed
Exactly.
through collecting of collect the wind. It's
Yeah.
the same thing with the car. As you are moving, the wind goes inside the car, and that also causes drag.
Yeah.
Yes, which requires the vehicle to use more
Ex-
power and obviously consumes more
More
fuel.
fuel.
Right. So if I want to save fuel by turning off my AC, I will obviously need to reduce my speed because the higher the speed, the higher the drag, right? So if I said, okay, I'm doing this because of fuel economy or fuel efficiency, then I don't go above a certain speed, just like you said. If I go at very high speed and my windows are wind down, the fuel I'm trying to save, I'm still consuming through drag.
You consume more. You
More. You
use
even
up
consume more,
more.
yeah,
Yeah.
through the drag. You get. So if I want to save fuel, what I would do is to reduce my speed, right? I don't go above maybe 100
A
kilometers per
hundred. Yeah.
hour. Do you understand? So I know the drag is not so heavy, and then I can wind down my windows and then turn off my AC. But if I'm really on a long journey that I need to move fast and I want to save for saving fuel is the reason for turning off my AC, then I will need to definitely turn the AC back on and wind up.
I think how this works is basically pick the side of the divide that you want to be on. Pick a
Yeah,
struggle.
yeah,
You either move at 100 kilometer per hour or below, and your windows are wound down, or you actually wind up and then you go faster. Another part to this is, riding with your AC. Sometimes riding without your AC might just save your car. It might it could just help you get to your journey in one piece and faster. And that's because you can hear the happenings around, you can hear the sound of your engine. And sometimes when you're riding with your AC,
AC reduces the cooling efficiency. That's why they tell you off your AC if your car is doing overheating. AC on without movement is
AC
not the
on,
same thing as AC on with movement. If your AC is on and you are moving fast, your cooling is better than when you are not moving fast and your AC is on. So if you're in traffic and your AC is on,
of course you have more heat.
more heat, motions helps cooling. If you are moving fast, your cooling is better. The cooling of the engine is better. It's different from
Moving slower and then your AC is
yeah,
on.
correct.
So better put, riding without your AC reduces the load on the engine and it reduces the risk of overheating,
Yeah,
because the average Lagos car or the Nigerian car, because
yeah,
some people don't really, service and maintain their vehicles.
yeah,
Might I add that the average Lagos car misfires. So if
correct.
you're taking that kind of a car on a trip, you're going with a lot of, see, it is a lot of concern. It is concerning, really. And I think, you just turning off your AC will just get you quicker and in one shape to where you're headed. Because if the
Yeah,
journey is over a protracted time, then the work that the engine also will do is a lot. And as you know, the better the motion, the better the cooling.
yeah. So most people say turning off your AC is actually not necessary because you have to wind down your glass, your windows, and that also causes drag. That also causes fuel consumption. However, for you out there that have a car and then you are probably like in the middle, should I turn on my AC? Should I wind down? Blah, 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 blah. I'll give you a better solution. First of all, you need to really understand the condition of your vehicle. In Nigeria today, most people use very old vehicles as back as 2007, 2004. Most people, their vehicles have gone through several
Users,
gaskets. Yes, users and
users,
gaskets.
engine replacement. Even if that's if they've changed it,
Correct. Yeah.
you know.
Do you understand? So all those things has to be put into consideration. If you're doing a long distance and you've worked on your engine several times before, my brother, don't use AC to travel to the east. You might end up blowing up the gas at Ore.
Nkechi, listen.
You understand what I mean? So if you are following those advice that says just go ahead and wind up your glass, you're still using the same fuel amount of fuel, put some things into consideration, just like what I said. First of all, what is the condition of your engine?
Yeah,
How many repairs have I done on this engine? How old is my car?
yeah.
You don't go and look at Bode that is driving a 2022 G Wagon and you say you are driving a Spider and your engine, even before you bought it.
No pun intended. No disrespect
Yeah,
to
you
spiders.
understand? So even before you bought it, maybe Tokumbo or Nigerian use, you don't know how many times that they've changed gaskets. So
And
you
then you
don't
just
just get
fire.
surprised on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be safe, right?